And he's...
Bloody hell.
Get out of the Haas, you're not in the Haas. You're in the Alpha, aren't you? Pretty sure you're in the Alpha. Yeah.
Is he gonna drive in the Haas?
Apparently so. Rizzy Ricker's gonna drive the Haas. Oh well. I'll just see if the stream is up and running. Yep, it must be. We've got some people viewing.
That's sweet.
Dun-dun-dun. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Stream links. There it is. Alrighty then. So we now move on to round 3 of the Green Championship. We are here at Bahrain International Circuit, a 5.41 kilometer, 15 turn circuit, one of the best Tilkedromes ever designed. Well, probably one of 2 good Tilke tracks in the world. The other, probably, yeah, Sepang, I would put it up there as well. But here it's been pretty good. We just had a Formula 2 race a couple of days ago, and that was incredibly dramatic, especially the sprint race. As we go on to Q1. Joining me here tonight, once again, coming back from his debut commentary stint at Austria. Welcome, Sideshow. Great to have you here tonight, mate.
Thanks, mate. Great to be here again. Can't wait to see how this qualifying session in the race goes.
Well, we only have 14 drivers in this qualifying session, so Q1 isn't going to mean anything. I actually just saw a post on the Discord that most of the drivers are going to retire after the first 10 minutes, as no one is going to get eliminated. It's pretty much a useless session.
Yeah. You think the guys are just going out on the track to get a little feel for it and then bring it back in. We'll try and do a quick running Q2.
So, early predictions, Sideshow? Who do you think is going to take pole?
It's probably going to be pretty tough to beat Wogboy, but although we got close to him last week, the Cup, wasn't it? And Wiggy Riz.
And Hooter Magic was up there as well, I believe.
Yeah.
I think he was second in both Baku and Austria in qualifying.
Okay.
So, but another man we have to look out for is a returning driver, Salted Urethra. He was second in the Drivers' Championship in the first season, even though he only competed in 4. Still finished second in the championship, which is amazing. So he's going to be very, very quick, I believe, here at Bahrain.
Probably the best PSN ID I've ever seen. Just saying. Like,
it's
when I
pretty
saw it,
amazing.
I was just like, oh, wow.
The fact that somebody thought of that is just astonishing.
I know. Let's go. I've yet to see a better one, that's for sure.
Well, seeing as this is his first race of the season, he's going to take us around Bahrain International Circuit. Coming into turn 1, hard on the brakes, second gear. You have to be really careful through here, turn 2. It's one of those few places in F1 2019 where if you cut the corner too much, 10 seconds. 10 second time penalty. Into turn 4, third gear, bit of a lock-up. Pretty okay from Salted. Coming through turns 5, 6 and 7, this beautiful S section. Oh, very wide and a little bit loose. Coming through turn 8. Now into the most difficult corner on the circuit, turn 9 and turn 10. Very easy to lock up, reducing radius. It's tighter and tighter and tighter. Very difficult corner. Onto the second, I suppose, DRS straight. Into turn 11. Now coming up to a very tricky corner, turn 12. A corner where you really don't want to touch the inside curb. If you touch it, that's an auto spin for you, mate. You're going to either end up on the concrete on the left-hand side or in the wall on the right-hand side. It's bad either way. Coming into turn 14 and 15. And that will complete a lap here at Bahrain. What time does that give him? A 1 minute 29.394, currently P2. What the? Who's a
magic? Okay, he's pulled out the. He's gone for an actual proper lap.
Okay. So Hooter clearly.
Well, the guys will definitely go a lot quicker than that, though.
Yes. I'm just a bit surprised he's decided to go on a quali setup in this session. You'd think he might run some race fuel and do a few laps. But no, it's straight out and into a sort of quali setup. A 1 minute 27.896. Currently almost a second quicker than his teammate. Corrupted at the moment. It's a Mercedes 1-2. Oh, don't you love it when commentators say that? Mercedes 1-2. Oh, said it so many bloody times through 2019.
Yeah, I know. I'm starting to get sick of it.
Hopefully 2020 might turn things around in the real world. Team like Ferrari or Red Bull might step it up in 2020. Unlikely, but maybe.
I think Red Bull might be able to challenge them a little bit better this year. Coming.
Well, Max Verstappen is coming off a brilliant 2019. Like, versus his teammate, well, he's had two of them. He's blown them away, both Pierre Gasly and Alexander Albon. He's gotten wins with at the start of the season we all thought the Honda engine was going to be garbage. Yet he got 3 Grand Prix wins out of the season, so hopefully...
Just got stronger towards the end of the year as well.
Yeah, the developments come on strong. Yeah. And even the Toro Rosso showed good pace as well, just demonstrating that the Honda engine actually has relatively good pace in comparison to Renault, Ferrari and Mercedes.
Yeah.
As some of the drivers are now starting to retire from the session. Yeah, Rizzy Rick, I don't know why you're in the Haas. Okay. I'm just going to have to try and work out how that's going to work in the constructors table. Do I give points to Alpha or do I give points to Haas?
I think you just had a silly moment jumping in, probably selected the wrong car and just didn't even check.
Yeah.
Loaded in and realised, oh crap, I'm in the Haas.
Hoots Magic retires from the session. These drivers, everyone will get an out lap, I'd imagine. Oh, one flying lap and they'll all come in, ready for Q2. 3 drivers are left to set a lap time. Wogboy, Rizzy Rick and the Very Lazy Tower, respectively. Wogboy coming off a rather embarrassing set of circumstances in Austria. Thought it was the no engine noise sound glitch. It was the XP one, where the XP is constantly running. The guys advised him to pop out of the session and rejoin, and he couldn't, apparently. So he ended up scoring 0 points from Austria after scoring a pole position. He's not going to set a flying lap. He's just did a bit of scrubbing on the tyres. Just get him a bit warm. That's all he's done.
Let's go and get a feel for the track. See if you can find a few extra tenths around in the middle sector.
Are you a fan of this circuit, Sideshow?
Oh, not recently. Like, not usually, but recently I've started to like it a little bit more. Now that I've found a good setup and I've got a little bit of pace, I do enjoy it a bit. But yeah, it's probably mid-tier. I do enjoy it though.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I do enjoy this circuit. It's a very nice, simple circuit, as False Equation has a massive lockup at turn 10. But although I like it, I'm rather crap around it. So it kind of dampens the spirit a little bit driving around here.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a circuit. If you make a mistake, it can really punish you around here. It really can.
There's a lot of sparse sections, so if you might have a brake lock up or run wide, it just washes off so much that time.
I mean, you've got the very easily cuttable turn 2 where you can score massive penalties. You've got the inside curve at turn 12, the long right-handed sweeper, where if you touch the inside, it spins you around. There's also a few places on the circuit where it's quite easily cuttable. And you get the collection of warnings, which eventually leads up to a penalty. And also this pit entry. The amount of times this pit entry has caught me out, almost countless. Countless times.
Yeah, it's a tricky entry. I've had trouble with it over the time. In my last league race, I got a 5-second penalty for speeding. So, yeah, it's a very tricky pit lane entry.
Rizzy Rick parking the car. I'd imagine he's retiring soon. 10 minutes, as everyone asks. It's getting close to the 10-minute mark. Actually, no, it's past it.
Yeah, I think we'll just wait on Rizzy now.
I'm sure he'll retire the car. Come on. You bloody prick. Come on!
Come on,
Making us wait. There's no content. Come on. There we go.
There he goes.
So, Hooter Magic's fast by 7/10 of a second. Yeah, Hooter Magic. I think he's on a quali setup. Only way to explain that sheer difference between all the drivers. With Rizzy Rick, Corrupted in P2 and Rizzy Rick in P3. But that's all useless. Nobody's eliminated. Only 14 drivers. So we'll now move on to the important session of Q2. Of course, this will dictate the starting positions rather of P11 to P15, and it will also dictate what tyres the top 10 will start on for the race. Now,
I think we'll see. Oh, sorry.
Everyone on mediums?
I think most of everyone will be going on hards.
To begin with?
First, to test the run, yeah. Just to test to have a banker in on hards. And the strategy is medium to hard. So if they can go out and get a really good time on the hards, they might even decide to start on them because you're going to be so much quicker at the end on the mediums.
It has proven to be a winning strategy. I have seen, though, some drivers pulling off the soft to hard strategy, so it is possible. Yeah, it's just a lot harder.
Oh yeah, they manage those tyres really well.
As I say that, False Equation, Salted, Dermy, they're all on the soft compound tyre. And Papa G, the only driver on the mediums is Semi-Pro on their outlaps at the moment, and Wogboy. That's quite an interesting call. Safety car on the hards, I didn't pick up on that. we've got one driver on the hards as well. Righto. Bit interesting to see. Very lazy tail on the softs as well. Okay.
He's on the hard. On my screen's on the hard.
Who? Lazy tail?
Yeah.
According to the leaderboard, he's on softs.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Well, on mine it says he's on hard as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine says soft. He's on? Yeah, the camera shows he's on hards. The leaderboard on mine says soft. Oh, hang on. No, he is on hards.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the leaderboard. The leaderboard must be glitched out. His... What's that? That would be the lap data in the top right hand of your screen. Shows very lazy tail on the hards. Okay. So yeah, he's actually on the hards. My leaderboard is deciding to be a bit of a dick and feeding me false information. False equation is the first driver out on a flying lap. He's got traffic though to deal with. Oh, rather no, Salted's in front of him on a flying lap, and a McLaren. Okay, so it's actually Dermy. Okay, it's actually Dermy. Fair enough. Anyone else? No. Okay, Dermy. He'll set a benchmark time for everyone else to read against.
Oh, Salted Urethra spun out. I'm not sure. I think that's the fast right
That's
hand
turn
coming
12.
onto the backstroke. Yeah.
As
Lost
I
the
said,
back end and just I think he just touched the inside curb. Just lost the back end.
oh, okay, so Papa G was actually on the first flying lap. My bad. He's still fastest, so 1:31 flat. It's not going to stay like that for long. A semi-pro on a set of mediums, a 1:30.678. Who's next? Let's find him.
Wog Boy's next.
On a set of medium compound tyres, a 1:28.2. That's a massive gap. Oh, that is a massive gap.
It's a good lap time too on the mediums.
That's 2.4 seconds. That is ridiculous.
Renault's just done a 1:28.8 on the mediums.
6/10 off the pace. Sector 2 yellows. Probably a driver just letting someone through. It's Smokegrass. Corrupted. Next driver to come across the line on a set of hards, a 1:29.7 puts him P3. As I think that was Alcatraz who just set a time. 1:30.872.
You won't be happy with that time.
Ooh. Yeah, he's still in. He's still attacking. He's in hot lap mode, so he is going out for another lap.
Yeah.
That was false equation, I believe. 1:29.8, and even faster from Smokegrass, 1:29.3. And the driver's pulling to the side. Wait, semi-pro in the wall. I don't know if it's that. That's coming out of turn 3. Doesn't appear to have any damage though.
I think very lazy Towns is about to complete his first lap. Just to see how he goes on the hards here. Around the final corner.
There you go, that's fixed the leaderboard.
Okay,
Has he run out of fuel?
Straight. No. He might have actually run out of fuel.
Because I heard the engine note changed just before the line. He's run out of fuel.
Oh, this is going to be a long way back to the hits.
Oh dear. Not very well thought out by very lazy tail. It'll just mean it'll take him of a opportunity later on in the qualifying session.
Yeah, I think he invalidated his first lap and then had to go again for a second.
Second one. He didn't quite have enough fuel.
Yeah. That hurts him a bit. Would have been a pretty good time otherwise, because he lost a good chunk in that last straight after his fuel ran out. I reckon he'd be up in the low to 29, those hard.
So, we've still got 3 drivers to set a lap time, and they're 3 very quick drivers. I think Hooter Magic is the first driver, currently on a flying lap. Got a bit of traffic. Oh, he's backed out. Okay. Very strange. Really red coming through turn 9 and turn 10. Oh, a bit of a lock-up though. That will cost him precious tenths of a second. Only 7 minutes left in the session. At the moment it's a bit touch and go. There's still time, but it's touch and go. Through turn 12. Turn 13 and misses the apex completely. He's absolutely furious with himself. 2 cars on the circuit. I think they're on an in-lap. Really Rick, he'll come across the line while he's set. 28, 29, a 29.3 puts him P4 and the 3rd fastest driver on mediums.
Yeah, that is basically all the
Oh, Sultan! Oh my goodness me! Into the wall! Where on earth is that? He's in the middle of a concrete lake. Turn 12 again! He did that in Q1, did he not?
I think it was, yeah, he did. Yeah, that's where he lost it last time. So he's obviously getting a little bit too close to that inside curb and just collecting a little bit of wheel, and it just takes the rear end out.
Spun the car round into the wall. Front wing damage as well, so he will have to come in. He still hasn't set a lap time as well. Really Rick is coming into an in-lap, so we don't need to look at that. Papa G might be on a flying lap, but he was 2 seconds rather down in the 2nd sector. Oh my goodness, he is not happy with himself. He purposely tries to bin it. He drove it into the wall just before turn 14. He is furious with himself. Anyone on a flyer?
Smokegrass. Down a 10th in the 1st sector.
On a set of mediums as well. His first time set on a set of soft compound tyres. See whether or not he can beat it. He's obviously relying on the improving track condition to try and find a bit of time.
He just had a moment and he's just been the lap, so he won't be setting the faster lap this time. He'll probably try and go again.
He's on none ERS, just coasting around the circuit at the moment. As we have 4 minutes left in the session, it's ticking down, and at the moment the bubble is a 1 minute 30.326, and that was set by the very lazy tail on a set of hards. This Smoke Grass. He comes currently P3, coming into T1. First gear, okay. I don't typically use first through turn 1, I keep it in second. Obviously going down to first to try and find that extra bit of rotation.
Yeah, I do that. I was about to say, I always shift down to first so I can get that better rotation around the corner and short shift to second.
I might have to start doing that, I suppose, if it does indeed improve the lap time. Yeah, I keep it in second. I might have to try that. See what happens. See if I feel comfortable with it, and then it improves the lap time.
Yeah, get a better acceleration out of the corner. Just gives you a few tenths, that's for sure. Well, not a few tenths, like, it just, yeah, it gives you a good feel.
Smoke Grass, he'll complete sector 2, and he's up on his time by not... Oh, and he's ruined his lap. He's completely missed the apex coming through turn 13. He will lose tenths of a second. Might not seem like much, but in the context of his current situation, he lost 7/10 of a second just in that one small mistake he made. It will mean, unless he's got enough fuel, he'll start on the softs. You really don't want to do that.
No, you don't. Not at all. Salted Urethra is on the hot lap. Goes through the magic behind him.
Ooh.
Let's see.
This is very important for Salted. Currently has not set a lap time. Same with Hooter Magic. Coming into turn 11. Looking cool and cool. Does he touch the inside curb? Oh, he did a little. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, that's where he's been losing it.
He really likes that inside curb. You could just see it, the inside of the car, the suspension just bobbing up and down a little bit. And that's enough to unsettle the car. Come across the line, a 1 minute 30.3 to beat, and he's done it. A 29.6, even with that mistake. Oh my goodness, Hooter Magic. That is awfully close to Wogboy. Oh my goodness.
All corrupted too. Just gone third.
And he'll start on the mediums as well. With these guys going out for another lap, Hooter Magic won't. And neither will Corrupted. So these guys are good. Dermy in P5. Smoke Grass, P6.
Smoke Grass, yeah, he's not going to set it another time.
So Rizzy Rick is on a flying lap, and he's on a set of softs. Aussie Rizzy Rick, okay. Bit of a gamble from him. The Salted session is done. So he can't set another lap time. Alcatraz, what the fuck are you doing? He must have invalidated his lap time. He completely ignored, not cut, ignored the S section. Jesus. Okay, so that remains to be the bubble. Alcatraz, a 1 minute 29.9. So safety car and the very lazy Tal, his teammate, are the only drivers who can bump him out of the top 10. What can safety car do? My teammate in the blue championship. What can he do?
Oh, he's going to give him a toe down this back straight and then dive in just before the corner. There we go. That's going to give him a few extra tenths or so.
Well, he was up by 6/10 in Sector 2. So yes, this is going to give him a massive boost And he'll come across the line, P3.
Third. Nice
28.8. Look at that. Third, fourth, and fifth. Third and fourth.
Third
Get
and
out
fourth, 1,000th of a second.
Get out of here. That is stupid close.
Oh, I love seeing it when it's that close.
Oh, and look at Breno. He's not too far behind as well.
No, he's what? 3.5 tenths of. 3.5 hundredths, I should say.
Hundredths. They're all within a tenth of each other. And you could almost put Demi in that as well. He's a 29.309. It's within a tenth. Oh, sorry, no, I completely ignore that. Oh, I cannot read. But look at that, the top two, then from third down to fifth. Oh, this is close. This is very close.
Yep, sure is. Q1's going to be interesting.
So, Wogboy, fastest in Q2. Hooter Magic by 0.02 of a second in P2. Very Lazy Tail snatches it in the end. Snatches third place in the end. Just, you know, only by 1,000th of a second. Holy moly. And Smokegrass is the only driver in the 10 who will start on the soft compound tyres. Salted, Alcatraz, Semi-Pro and Papa G will start P11 down to P14 respectively and will get a free choice of tyre. As we now move on to Q3, this is where the drivers, they will throw it all on the line. And they will have probably 2 or 3 sets of soft tyres to use here.
Yeah, they'll have 3. Because they won't be wanting to use one in the race.
Yeah.
So they can go for all of them. So the track's pretty big. They might only get enough time just to do 2 runs.
That is very true. But if they make a mistake or something like that, invalidate a lap time or break a front wing, they've got fresh sets of tyres in the garage that they can use. So, fitted. So yes, everyone on the softs, that makes complete sense. So, Wogboy is the obvious favourite, but as Hooter Magic demonstrated, he's there. He can take it. He can take it to Wogboy. And I think Rizzy Rick has a chance as well. He's been very quick this season. And I'd imagine he'll be fighting for pole position. See a couple of drivers still in the pits, which is quite different. I thought everyone would try and get out.
Yeah, same.
Oh, here they come. They're just coming out
Oh, okay,
in a different group, I suppose. One boy isn't the first. Who's the first driver? It appears to be safety car. He's the first driver on track. The first driver to attempt to set a flying lap. Holy shit, where? Oh, I know where you guys are coming from. You're probably, you're the... I just saw the viewer count go up. I know where they came from. It's all the guys that didn't make it through Q2. Just wanting to see what happens in Q3. Safety car. Coming through turn 4 now. We've seen times in the 27s. Can we get any lower than that, I wonder? Can we see a 26? Safety car coming through turn 10. Most difficult corner on the circuit. I think it's false equation is the next car we have to look at. Just in behind. Very tidy from safety car at the moment. Through turn 12. Turn 13. Down the straightaway into turn 14. What can he do? Coming out of turn 15, 26, 27. 1 minute 28.8 is the first time we have in Q3. Dermy eclipses that at 1 minute 28.2. Safety car goes even quicker, 1 minute 28.1. Who's next? It's Wogboy. What's this gonna be? A 1 minute 27.6. That's half a second. Half a second. And I think it's Hooter Magic. It appears to be. Coming through turn 14. Through turn 15. There you go. What has he got? A 28.6 as well.
Wow.
27.6 as well. There's not a lot separating these two.
Not at all. I'd expect Wogboy to be able to go a little bit quicker than that though.
I think so too. I think these guys, they've got a little bit more in the tank. As Rizzy Rick loses it through turn 14, he gathers it back up, but that has completely ruined his lap. 29.5. So everyone will be coming back into the pits. With only 6 minutes left, 7 minutes rather, left in the session. I think you're right, Sideshow. I think these guys will only get 2 runs.
Yeah, it's looking that way. It's a long out lap and a long in lap.
Yeah.
So we'll just choose up the time.
So, at the moment, who is fastest by 22 thousandths of a second? That's it. That separate the top 2. That is astonishing. Then it's half a second to the very lazy tail, followed closely behind Dermy, who's only a 10th behind. Renault 2/10 behind. Safety car 4/10. Smoke Rust 1/10. False equation 3/10. Rizzy Rick 3/10 of a second. And Corrupted, who must have invalidated his lap time on his flying lap, currently hasn't got one next to his name. But we've got a few drivers coming out.
Yep.
I think they're going to try and get 3 laps in.
The only way you'd be able to do that, I think, is if you, because it's a 1.5 lap.
Yeah.
Plus the out lap and in lap, that's 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just from that.
Well, that's if you're maintaining quali pace.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a 1:30 for an out lap and an in lap. You're not going to be doing a 1:30s.
Yeah, this will be their final run.
So you're pushing 5 minutes per run in a 12-minute session. It's going to be very touch and go for some of these guys. But it all adds to the drama. See what they can do. Wogboy, he might try and find a way past Dermy. No, he won't. He'll back right off. Try and give himself as much space as possible. Lazy Tail, Dermy, and Breno. All four of them on an outlap. The one to watch out for though is Wogboy.
On Tail's outlap, he just decided to jump into the pits. Not even do a run.
So he's going to wait until the end of the session.
He might try and come out now and again on another set of softs. Because he'll have enough time to get out round track before time runs out in the quali.
Wogboy coming into turn 8 now. Small lockup. Hasn't appeared to have affected him too much though. Coming into turn 9. Another lockup as you'd expect. Coming into turn 10. Very easy to do that. From the long back straightaway into turn 11. The sweeping left-hander. Very nice from Wogboy there. Into the treacherous turn 12. You want to avoid that inside curve. It entices you to run over it, but you must avoid it at all costs. Otherwise it will spin you off into a wall, as Salter demonstrated in Q2. Through turn 14, turn 15. Demi does a 27.9. Oh!
27.1.
Okay then. He found half a second. He found half a second. A 1 minute 27.118.
Good time there. I think they'll be pushing that to beat that's the pole. It's gonna be real tough.
We've got a few drivers now coming out. Smoke Grass currently on a flying lap, currently P7. The game told me he was down by a tenth of a second through sector 1. Coming into turn 11. Oh, just rubbing the outside curve a little bit. Through turn 12 into turn 13. Very nice from Smoke Grass. Good run onto the straightaway into turn 14. Oh, it just turned in a little bit too early. Had to back out of it. Lose him a couple of tenths. 28.7 moves him up into P6. Thought I saw someone go through the gravel then.
Yeah, I think it was corrupted.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Wizzy Rick maybe, I think. Yeah, Wizzy Rick was. I think he just cut the corner.
So, Corrupted still hasn't set a flying lap. Means he's currently P10. Also, another person we have to look out for is Hoot Magic. What can he do? He's got a mountain to climb. Half a second he has to find on his lap. And he's coming through turn 11 now, into turn 12. He's up by 0.3 of a second. 3.5 of a second. What can he do? Through turn 14. Turn 50. Safety car's retired. DRS wide open. A 27.3. He actually lost time in the final sector. Wasn't quite enough.
Still a really good lap though. Showed good pace.
That is... It just shows how amazing that lap was from Wogboy though. 27.1. 2/10. Oh, it's false equation. Into the wall at turn 5, I think. No, turn 7? Yep, turn 7 into turn 8. Lazy tail. He's the last driver on a flying lap.
The 10th down by the look of it.
He's up. 2/10 quicker. There's a 27.912. 7 thousandths of a second to Dermy. That is... Holy moly! You can't separate some of these guys.
No, it's great.
That is...
Right, so we're just waiting on Breno now, and that'll be the end of qualifying.
Wow. 7 thousandths of a second. Then you got Breno and Corrupted who are separated by 300ths. That is ridiculously close between these guys. It's fantastic to see. But Wogboy gets another pole here in the Green Championship of DRS by 2/10 of a second to Hooter Magic. Dermy in P3, Very Lazy Tail P4, Breno P5, Corrupted P6, Safety Car P7, Smokegrass P8, False Equation P9, and then I'd imagine a very disappointed Rizzy Rick will start P10 on the grid. Oh, wow. Not a lot. So I agree. We might see some very, very good battles here at Bahrain. And here we are, the race here at Bahrain International Circuit.
We also got another is that Rui?
Rui?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have...
that name before.
Neither.
I'm wondering if he's even in the league or if he just randomly got an invite.
I don't recognise the name either. Hang on. My goodness. Drivers making final adjustments before the race, deciding what tyres to go on, the fuel loads, etc. As I check out who this Rui fellow is, please do the grid walk for this race, as Martin Brundle is again sleeping.
No problem, mate. So up front we've got Wogboy in P1. Did a really nice lap in Q3 and put himself firmly on the pole. P2, Hooter Magic in the Mercedes. P3, Dermy in the McLaren. P4, Tao in the Renault. P5, Breno in the Ferrari. P6, Corrupted in the Mercedes. P7, Safety Car in the McLaren. P8, Smokegrass in the Racing Point. P9, False Equations in the Alpha. P10, Aussie Wizzy Rig in the Haas. P11, Salted Urethra, still the best name I've ever seen. P12, MBC Alcatraz in the Renault. P13, Semi-Pro in Ferrari. P14, Papa G in the Haas. And P15, Rui in the Red Bull. And we're not sure if he's even in the league. So, yeah, that should be interesting.
There
hasn't been any mention of it in the Discord, so...
No, I just checked in. I can't quite find his name, so... Hopefully, he won't take anybody out.
Oh, you want to hope not.
I really hope not, because then... that
might be a restart of the race if we do that.
I think it... Oh, God. Thank you, Phil. Really appreciated, mate. Hope you enjoyed the race as well. According to Rizzy Rick, he thinks he's... He's obviously had a few tonight, so that might explain why he's P10 at the moment. Might also explain why he was late to the race as well, as the drivers are lining up into their respective grid slots. Here we go.
Alrighty. Hopefully there's no drama into turn 1.
Here we go. 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go here at Bahrain. And it appears as if Magic has gotten a relatively good start. Look at him scramble all over the circuit. No, Wogboy has actually got the brilliant start. He leads it through turn 1. Look at these guys side by side. Dermy and Magic. Oh, Dermy gets a little bit squirmish through turn 3. Oh my goodness me. Look at them scramble all over the circuit. It's fantastic to see. 2
Really
wide,
nice
pretty much everywhere.
Nice clean start.
Ooh, salted very sideways coming through turn 4. Luckily he managed to gather it up, not cause a massive accident. Will we see the really odd dive bomb from Alcatraz into turn 8 like we saw in the sprint race in Formula 2? No, he's actually lost a lot of places. Actually, as we have someone who's gone horribly wide. It was Aussie Rizzy Rick, I believe. Now weaving a bit all over the circuit. We will return to the leaders.
Pulled out a 2-second gap over Magic already on lap 1.
Already? 2 seconds.
It's pretty hard to beat this guy.
Oh, Jesus. The Lewis Hamilton of DRS. 2 seconds on the first lap. This might turn into a battle for second place, unfortunately. You never know though. You never know. So, lap 1 is completed. And at the moment, the biggest mover up the field is Rui. From last place, he's up into P12. He's made up 3 places on the first lap. The biggest loser is safety car in the McLaren, down 4 places from the start. Now only down 3 places, has made his way back up into the 10. Look at this, we got a battle train for P2.
Rui's just made a move down the inside on Alcatraz.
That was into turn 8?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
So turn 9, there you go.
Nice clean move.
We do have traction control and ABS disabled, and he is making his way through the field, so it appears as if this guy might actually have a bit of skill underneath him.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good so far. Pretty clean.
On a set of mediums as well, so he'll be doing a 1 stop. Might have to keep an eye on him, see how far up he can make his way through the field. At the moment there's a battle for P5. Very lazy tail and Corrupted. Very lazy tail right up the gearbox of Corrupted. Down the inside into turn 1. Can he get the job done? Not quite. He'll slot back in behind. Oh, Dermy! Oh my goodness, he almost lost it coming through turn 3. That was awfully close. He does lose a position. Rizzy Rick? Already?
3-second time penalty, yep.
Wow. And he's down into 4. It's a Haas 14th and 15th at the moment for Haas. Doesn't need to worry too much though. In this league, everyone scores points. Everyone who finishes scores points. So that's the aim of the game. Even if you're having a bad race, to try your best to not retire.
Yeah. It's a good point system, I enjoy it. Salted Rico's made a good start. He's moved up 3 places, up into 8th now. Starting on the hards, I think, from my screen it is at the moment. Let's just have a look.
Yep, it's hard compound tyre.
He's on the hards, yeah, so he's going to be really quick at the end. Really quick.
Every position gain will be a bonus for him at the moment. At this time, he won't have the pace on the hards to attack the drivers on the mediums. Can't quite remember the time delta, but I think it's around half a second between the two. Might be a bit more than that between the hards and the mediums. As Corrupted down the inside into turn 1, and he moves himself back into P6. Safety car and false equation are battling. Same with Semi-Pro and Alcatraz. It's good to see. Hopefully this sort of racing continues. As Rory, he's going to have a look down the inside. Oh my goodness me, that was a very late move, and somehow he has made it stick down the inside of false equation. Wow, that was a very late move, and somehow no contact. It doesn't appear to be any damage. No, there isn't. No front wing damage at all on either car. Wow, that was a very good late move.
Now from the start.
Yeah, from P15 up to P10. Really, we might actually have to keep an eye on this guy. Oh, okay. Go back up to the battle for P3. Breno, Dermy, and very lazy talent. Corrupted isn't too far behind. Alcatraz and Semi-Pro side by side through turn 12. There's all contact between Rizzy-Rick and Alcatraz. Oh, does Rizzy-Rick have any damage? No. But through turn 12, it's a place where you really don't want to be side by side. Oh my goodness me. No, he pulls. Before I saw Rizzy-Rick attempt to go alongside, he pulled back in behind.
Yeah. They looked like they were diving around a bit. So, Breno, Dermy, very lazy tail battling for P3. We got Corrupted, Smokegrass, and Salted. 3 different compounds, all fighting for P6. We got a battle for P12 from the looks of things. Semi-Pro and Rizzy-Rick currently battling. Yeah, it's really good on battle right now.
Might have to.
Alcatraz got Semi-Pro, and now Rizzy-Rick's got Semi-Pro.
And he might get Alcatraz here.
Make it Alcatraz here, yeah.
Very good race.
Scary going through there too wide.
Oh, but Alcatraz gets a poor run out of turn 8. See that, Rizzy-Rick pulling away. As we got yellow flags in sector 2, they have disappeared. Well, how about that? We've got 3 battles going on between 3 battles with 3 drivers in them going on at the same time.
I know.
Oh boy, so much to look at, so little time. It appears as if Breno is pulling away from Dermy. Very lazy tail is still right behind Dermy's gearbox, coming into the pit straight away. DRS wide open for both drivers. Lazy tail, will he have a look? He darts left. He darts to the right. Then he darts to the... Oh, contact between the two. Dermy almost spins again. And somehow he's recovered it.
Jeez, that was a bit hairy.
I bet he absolutely shat himself when that happened. He was very sideways and somehow he recovered. Oh, Papa G, no mate. Oh, I saw the prompt come up that he got a 5-second penalty.
He must have lost it into the... Oh, wait, who was that? I think we just had a... It was McLaren. I'm sure it was Dermy or safety car. But they just,
Safety car, no, safety car. It's come out.
What? What? Oh, wow.
What the... My goodness me, people, start recording. Start recording. It's a rare thing to see, but a safety car has actually come out on track. What the hell? This never happens.
I think that definitely would have been from Papa G. He obviously crashed coming into the pit lane, and that caused a safety car.
But, see, this is the thing I don't get from Codemasters. Like, something like that can happen where a driver retires in the pit lane. But if you have, like, a multi-car pile-up on the circuit, all that Codemasters do is wave yellow flags. That's it.
Yeah,
Yet someone retires in the pit lane. Oh my god, get the safety car out. This is so dangerous. We need to slow the entire field down. Jesus, we need a safety car.
Right,
Game makes
dived into the
absolutely
pits.
no sense.
One boy Huda Magic, Towel and Corrupted and Smoke Grass all dived into the pits.
They're all diving in. Some of them opting to go on some softs too.
Rui stayed out.
So he's up 11 position. Holy moly. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 11 positions. Salted's, excuse me, is up 8 positions. Rizzy Rick up 5, Semi-Pro up 7 now. Okay.
It's interesting to see what these guys up front are doing.
So, let's see.
Okay.
So, Wogboy, Hooter Magic, Very Lazy Tail, Corrupted, Smokegrass, False Equation, and Safety Car. Well, all the drivers have come into the pits. Now, let's see.
This safety car's really hurting Soldier Urethra because he's on the hards. He's not going to come into pit because the mediums won't last the rest of the race.
No. He will have to.
Now he's going to have to make a pit stop under green flag later in the race, and he'll be so far behind.
But I suppose now he does have a better track position. He's in the top 3, so it could be worse for Salted. He could be buried in the mid pack on 6-lap-old hards.
Yeah, true.
So as Rui almost goes into
very
him.
Soon.
So as I was saying, stop. So Magic, they've gone for hards, so they're going to try and make it to the end. They have to do what, 22 laps on hards. I think it's achievable. It's a stretch, but it's achievable. Let's see. So Very Lazy Tail, it's the next car. He's on softs. Same with Corrupted, Smokegrass. False Equation is on a new set of mediums, and Safety Car is on the soft. So these guys are all planning to do another green flag pit stop to go onto the hards, or if they can stretch it onto a new set of mediums and go to the end of the race. As is that very
Cow came into the pit. What happened? They put softs on for him.
He didn't want softs. I bet that's what happened. I bet he wanted.
His pit crew stitched him up. Like last time in Austria, they put on the hards instead of the mediums, and this time they put on the softs instead of the hards.
Renault are doing themselves a massive favour by doing this. Oh my goodness. It has happened again. The dude cannot get a break. He is one of the unluckiest drivers that I know of.
Oh, easy. After the last few races, he's just had the worst luck.
And now
in other leagues as well.
He's on a fresh set of hards, and he has to make it to the end of the race, and he will, I'd imagine. But
oh yeah, he should easily be able to make the hards last. The safety car's staying out for a while.
Hopefully he'll catch. Yeah, he'll definitely catch up to the train.
Yes.
Oh, I feel for him, dude. That is just so unfortunate.
Yeah, he's got to work his way back through the whole pack. A bit rough.
Oh man. So safety car is in this lap. Like, safety car's lights are out. So it will be Breno to lead the way. Oh, please, guys, don't crash. Oh, my goodness, can you see that? Look at them scram. Look at them all over the circuit. For goodness sake, form a line or something. Breno is trying to go already. I don't think the safety car's made it back into the pit lane. It hasn't. Oh, Breno, you dug yourself a massive hole here, mate.
Oh,
and away
wow.
And off they go. Oh, Demi's going to Demi's going to take him here. Either that or Salted will. Breno goes deep into turn 1, and Salted's going to take a big... No, he won't. Breno and Demi getting better runs out of turn 1. This false equation gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So Breno leads the way after completely stuffing up the start. Semi-Pro makes a move on Wogboy. Ooh. Thought I saw someone go horribly wide through the essence. I was seeing things again. And Rui, he might lose a position here to Rizzy Rick, who has recovered from what was a fairly poor start. He's currently P5. But these guys who haven't pitted, they really need to get a move on and try and get away from the pack behind. It's a very long pit lane here at Bahrain. It's one of the longest on the calendar. It's going to lose them a lot of time.
Rizzy Rick's right on Rui's behind. Made a good run.
Yeah, Rizzy Rick desperate to find a way past. He'd been weaving left and right. Might get the job done here. Got a superb run coming out of turn 14. But it seems that Rizzy Rick doesn't quite have the straight line speed that Rui does. Into turn 1 they go. And he can't make the position. In fact, Semi-Pro might get it inside of turn 2. And oh, Rizzy Rick goes awfully wide through turn 3. He loses out on that. A whole heap of positions.
So who to Magic and Wogboy are side by side? Oh, Wogboy got the position back. He's still battling on track for what is effectively first place.
Oh, that was a Haas going across the circuit there too. Oh my goodness me, going on the inside of turn 6. Yeah, turn 6. Oh my goodness. At the moment, Red Bull very defenseless at the moment. Oh, contact!
In Semi-Pro, yeah.
Oh, and Rui, he sort of pulls out the white flag and says, all right, I surrender. Loses 2 positions in the pro. So Rizzy Rick and Alcatraz, 3-second time
penalties. He also got a little
penalties.
bit of wing damage from that because he's missing his front left end plate now on that Red Bull.
Oh, he is too. Good spot. I did not. Oh, he tries to send it down the inside into the final turn. Thank goodness. Wogboy. Oh my God, he's already made his way back up to 4. Oh, that is. That is amazing. Oh, Rui, down the inside into turn 1. He gets Semi-Pro. Can't quite get Wogboy. This guy in the Red Bull is driving like Max Verstappen at the moment. He's just sending it down the inside. Seen him do that a couple of times. And speaking of which, Rizzy Rick just...
Oh no. Okay,
oh my goodness.
The new guy. Ruiz kind of turned in on Semi-Pro there. He lost the front end and cleaned up a few drivers.
Oh no, you have got to be kidding me. Really? So that's safety car. False equation was in that as well. And there was a Ferrari, yes, Semi-Pro. So, safety car's got damage. False equation doesn't, from the looks of things.
Yeah, I'm struggling to see. Safety car's got a fair bit of damage.
Oh dear, I only caught the back end of that. I was too busy looking at smoke grass, absolutely missing every single braking point. In coming into turn 4, he went really, really wide, and then I saw the sideways Ferrari. Caught safety car running into false equation, I believe. Dear oh dear. So it was Rui who caused that, was it?
Yeah, it was kind of just, he didn't really leave him enough space. Or it could have been, I only saw the end of it as well. I saw the actual, I didn't see the tapping, I just saw the aftermath. So, yeah, it was Semi-Pro went down the inside and Rui just took the apex line. Like, it wasn't really his fault, but they just made contact and have sent Semi-Pro's back end sliding out.
Oh dear. Hopefully we can get some onboard footage of it post-race. just so then we can properly look at it. Oh dear, it's not what you want to see. A driver who isn't even a part of the league potentially causing an accident. Yes, don't want to see that happening. And I think guys like False Equation, Safety Car and Semi-Pro, they will not be happy at all with what just unfolded. As we talk about what's happening in the midfield, we've actually got some battling going on for the lead and for third place. Breno and Dermy, who still haven't pitted, they're currently battling for P1. And Salted is under attack from Wogboy. Wogboy on 6-lap old, 6-lap younger tyres. As he sets the fastest lap of the race, this is going to be a very simple move for Wogboy. DRS wide open. He'll get third place coming into turn 1. I think a sensible thing for Salter to do is try and stay within Wogboy's slipstream and DRS. Just trying to keep the gap between him and Hooter Magic as open as possible. Try and minimise the time lost.
There's still 7 drivers that need to make a pit stop as well. So, and that's, it's going to be interesting to see where all of them come out. How far down the back of the field.
Yeah, that's very, very true. So at the moment, out of those who've pitted, Wogboy is leading with Hooter Magic in behind. Then it goes down to Corrupted, but he needs to do another stop. He's on a set of softs, so he can't make it to the end of the race. Very late. My God, how have we ignored Very Lazy Towel? He's moved his way back up into the top 10, currently P9.
Oh, wow.
After Renault screwed him over again, he's made his way back up into P9. Smokegrass P10, as Rui, at the moment, with that broken front wing, and with those older mediums, a bit of Oh, hang on a minute! No, that is completely unacceptable.
What happened?
He was that close to taking out Corrupted. Rui, I'm not sure if he did that on purpose or not. But coming out of turn 14, he steered the car directly into Corrupted, who was on the outside. So Corrupted and Rui were side by side, Corrupted on the outside. They come through turn 14, into the small kink of 15, and Rui drives into the side pod of Corrupted. It looked completely intentional too. I hope it isn't. I hope he was trying to catch the car.
He didn't get any damage from it either. Oh, I just went to the pit, so he probably got it fixed.
Yeah, he got a new front wing. My goodness. My goodness. As all that happened, everything has settled down. Everyone has got some fairly sizable gaps to each other. Yeah, I agree, Barters. That did look sus, mate. I completely agree. I thought he was too far out of the corner for that to be sort of counter steer, for losing it. Like getting on the throttle a bit too early in the car, lighting the rears up, sort of oversteering, coming out of the corner. It looked a bit too late. I'm going to have to look at that again, but my goodness.
Yeah, I just looked back on the stream and yeah, that looked pretty intentional.
Jesus. Oh, and that's Alcatraz in the background! Oh my goodness, he is spun around, coming out of turn 14. Completely destroyed the left-hand side of his wing. Oh dear.
Surprised why he didn't come into the pits then.
I reckon he was going to, but he might have been a bit too quick coming in, so he pulled out of it. So then he didn't get a time penalty. But now he has to do an entire lap with what appears to be a red front wing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, dear, oh dear. Is that...
boy's just pulling out time right now over Salted Reaper.
Well, at the moment, Salted, he has to make another stop. So, Wog Boy's proper battle is supposed to be with Hoot Magic. But
he's 6 seconds behind now.
Yeah.
Behind.
Have we got something?
He's stuck behind Salted Reaper.
Oh my goodness me. I don't quite know what this guy was thinking, but man, oh man. Just turns hard left into Corrupted, into his side pod. Oh, yeah.
Cow's looking really good now. He's in 5th position.
That is a superb recovery. From
so he's in 3rd position overall.
Yep.
Because Corrupted's going to have to pit again.
Yep.
And Salted Urethra will have to pit again. So he'll be in 3rd place after making 2 stops. Because they put on the wrong tyre. So he's had a great drive.
Yes, it's been absolutely a sublime recovery from what was last, or P14, to effectively being P3 and potentially going to get a podium. I don't think False Equation can make it.
Corrupted's just come into the pits.
Okay, here we go.
Tower.
And he's going on to mediums. What's that, 12 laps on the mediums?
Yeah, that's doable.
Yep. So False Equation needs to make another stop. So who's the next driver in line? Breno, I think. He will be P4 once Salted comes in, really? Because False Equation, he won't make it. He's already done 10 laps on those mediums, so he needs to make another stop. Semi-Pro's in as well. So, yep, I think it will be Breno, and he is currently 14.4 seconds, 14.3 seconds behind Very Lazy Tao. So Tao has got what appears to be a fairly comfortable P3 at the moment.
Yeah, he's looking good.
These two have been battling all race. Breno and Dermy. Dermy's still in behind, but still within DRS range on identical strategies.
How's managed to jump Breno and Dermy? Like,
after making 2 stops.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I didn't even see that.
Salted's in. Okay, so Salted's in. He'll be going on to the mediums. Cal moves up into P3. Where will Salted come out in all this, I wonder? So here comes False Equation. Will Breno come out in front or behind? Oh, they're side by side pretty much. So Salted will come out in P7. So the battle for P5 will be a 3-way fight between these 3. Unless Breno can start pulling away from Dermy. Let's have a quick look at the position changes. Safety. False Equation up 5 places. And he's looking like a pretty comfortable P4 at the moment too.
Well, he still has to make a pit stop.
Oh yes, of course, he hasn't made his yet, of course. So that will drop him... I think that will drop him pretty close to Corrupted. P8, P9 region, I think. So the actual Salted, he's up 4 places, and once false equation pits, he'll jump up to 5.
Yeah, he's had a good race. He's kept it off turn 12.
Yes, he's learnt his lesson. The semi-pro gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Yeah, Salted starting in P11. A fairly ideal spot to be in with a free choice of tyre. He's using that to full effect. He's now on fresh mediums and he can make it to the end. These guys are going to feel incredibly vulnerable. Breno, Dermy and Salted. Salted, I think he's going to have a look down the inside. Look at them squirm all over the circuit. They defend well. Coming through the S's of turn 5, 6 and 7. Whoa.
Very close there.
Very good racing between these three.
Salted definitely wants to get past these guys. He looks like he's got good pace right now.
Into turn 10 they go. DRS wide open. He's not quite close enough, Salted. He will be when he comes out of this section though, with better grip. Going to be all over the back of Dermy coming into turn 13. As Breno runs horribly wide coming out of turn 13. Salted using all of the road on the right hand side, but gets a horrid exit. Look at him. Breno moving left and right, trying to break the slipstream. Oh, Dermy! Understeering through turn 2. They're side by side. Dermy, he's going to be as late on the brakes as possible, but he can't do anything. Sector 2 yellows, hello. Who's that? No one.
That was, might have been Alcatraz, I think, just because slowing down because Wogboy was about to lap him.
Oh, I see. Just letting him through.
Yeah.
So Salted has moved himself up into P6 after Dermy making a mistake through turn 2, just understeering through the apex. Lost him a lot of time. Salted now has his eyes set on P5. Currently being held by the Ferrari of Breno. Through turn 12 they go. Hard on the brakes for turn 13. Both drivers get a good run. Dermy might be out of DRS range here too.
Yeah, it looks like he might just be.
Oh, but Breno, he must have got a horrible run through turn 12. And that's
got DRS. The fastest lap as well. Okay.
I think that's game over for Breno. P5, P4 now, as false equation comes into the pits.
Salted moved up 7 positions in this race. That was a great race.
As Rizzy Rick gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Something has happened to him. He has a missing front wing.
It wasn't for that safety car either. Salted and Reefer could be even like in third. He had to make a pit stop under green flag where everyone else went around the safety car.
But still a superb drive nonetheless. P4 up 7 positions. Very, very good from him. A good return to DRS after having such a successful season 1.
He's up 6 places.
Yeah,
Plodding along.
I'm going to have to look at what I saw with Rui more closely. It's just not acceptable to do things like that under any circumstances. just to turn into somebody's side pod and potentially cause a massive accident. It's just not on. As Salted sets another fastest lap. Wow. I don't think he has enough time though to catch up to the very lazy tail. The gap is 11.3 seconds as he loses it a little bit through turn 2. And rather nicely, Dermy got back within DRS range, so the battle between Breno and Dermy might resume once more. These two were former teammates as well. Yeah, you're right, they've been going at it every single lap of this race. And we might have a battle for PA between Rui and Smokegrass as well.
The false equation should make a late little charge here because he just came out in 10th and put on the softs. So the softs would get into the end and he's going to be really quick compared to Rui in front of him in the hards.
And the gap is only 2.8 seconds, so he doesn't have a lot to actually gain. And he might get fastest lap as well. He is the only driver on the softs, bar the two Rizzy Rick and Alcatraz. Sector 2 yellows. It's Rizzy Rick doing a bit of rallycross.
Oh,
gets a 10-second time penalty. He did say, I reckon he might have...
Oh, well, not what there. What's he done?
Oh, here we go. He's going to put on a bit of a show, because why not? That might cause a safety car. Knowing Codemasters, that might actually cause a safety car.
He's just going to get disqualified.
As Rory makes up a position, he goes into P8 as he has overtaken Smokegrass.
That's Wizzy Rick. Yellow flag right now. Don't know what he's doing.
He was doing some donuts.
I think the poor man's on tilt.
Yeah, he might be over the limit
he's
now.
Doing some more donuts. Yeah, he's doing more donuts. That's right. He was over the limit, wasn't he?
Well, he said he was just a bit under. He thought.
Yeah.
I think he might be a bit over now.
Oh yeah, I think so.
But as Rizzy Rick was, okay, what the?
What?
Well, I just saw Breno and Dermy. They were literally in behind each other. Dermy was right up the gearbox of Breno, and then Dermy sort of jumped back, like instantly, 2 or 3 tenths of a second.
Oh, Alcatraz speeding in the pit lane. 5-second penalty.
Salted gets 3 seconds.
Gets a 3-second penalty. He really can. Yeah, he's getting disqualified.
That's something.
No points for him then, if that's the case.
I need to look at. So let's ignore Rizzy Rick because for obvious reasons. Let's have a look at the incidents at the moment, just so then we know who's got what. So false equation has 3 seconds. Alcatraz has 3 seconds. Very lazy towel has 3 seconds. Ruri has 5. Smokegrass 3. Alcatraz another 3. Semi-Pro 3. Rizzy Rick 10. Alcatraz 5. Salted 3. Okay. So at the moment... Wogboy!
Wogboy just pitted?
Wogboy just pitted.
What are you doing?
What on God's...
Softs.
He's not going to make up that time.
Oh, I don't think he can.
4 laps.
He'd be lucky to catch Tao in that time.
What is this man thinking?
To do the magic. I do not know. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. His tyres should have been fine.
Uh,
Yeah, was he Rick?
so he's just going to hand the win
To who the
to
Magic?
Hooter Magic.
Yeah.
Wogboy, after getting no points in Austria.
Questionable call.
No points at all. After he left the lobby and wasn't able to return. After having a comfortable lead on tyres that would get him to the end of the race, he pits.
Yeah, he's already pulled back a second and a half on Tau, so he might catch Tau, but yeah, it's just surely.
No. I don't know, maybe he's feeling generous? I don't know. Or maybe he doesn't think his tyres can make it.
Yeah, maybe he had some.
So,
Few moments.
Hooter Magic's on 19 lap hards. Wogboy and Hooter Magic, they were on the same strategy. They came in at the same time during the safety car period.
Yeah, they did.
He has to do another 4 laps, or 3 and a bit laps, on those hards. Maybe Wogboy didn't have enough confidence in the tyres that they could make it to the end of the race.
Well, I think Wogboy's definitely going to catch Tau. Alcatraz just hit the fastest lap of the race.
1 minute 30.765.
And Wogboy's going to catch Tau. I don't think he's going to have enough to. He definitely won't have enough to catch Two Magic.
Or will he?
Just hand him the win. Nah, I don't think so. 3 laps and he's 8.5 seconds behind.
Well, do remember, the older those hards get, the worse the grip is going to be. It's going to get a lot worse very quickly.
True.
They're going to start falling off a cliff very soon. This is actually really interesting. Okay. This is actually going to get really I think this is going to be getting really, really freaking interesting in a minute. As Dermy, he's lost a lot of places. He was right behind Breno. What on earth happened to him? He's lost positions to Rui and Corrupted. Oh, he's completely lost the front wing. Oh, well, the end plates, rather.
Well, false equations, just lost it at turn 12.
Turn 12 claims another. Thankfully, no damage, though. Dermy's in. So, yeah, he had both front end plates gone. So he comes in. What was going to be a solid day for McLaren, turning out to be not to be a very good one. P9 and P11, they will score points. But yeah, back to the battle to the lead. The gap has come down to 5.8 seconds.
Yeah, he might be able to, but I don't think he's got enough time to catch Shooter Magic now.
Well, he's using everything he's got. He's using every inch of ERS that he has. Can Hooter Magic make it to the end on those tyres? 2 laps. That's what he needs to do. The gap is down to 5 seconds.
3-second time penalty.
Now, Wogboy and Hooter Magic, neither of them have time penalties. So if Wogboy wants this, he's going to have to try and overtake him. I would love to know what his tyres are like at the moment with Hooter Magic. I would love to know.
Be interesting.
Wogboy needs to be making a lot more time than this. He needs to be making at least 2.5 seconds a lap. gap down to 4.3. Hooter Magic, he's got plenty of ERS to play with. But will they puncture on the last lap? It's entirely possible.
It sure is. He'd be devastated.
On the last lap of all. That happened to me once here at Bahrain, actually. Tyre punctured on the last lap.
Tyre punctures are not fun in this game.
No, they're not. And as I say, I thought Who's Magic might be conserving. He just set a personal best. He was a 10th quicker. As we have yellow flags in sector 2. It's false equation again.
And Dermy, I think they might have had a little bit of a moment because I saw Dermy off track up ahead.
Alright. Last lap. Last half a lap. Whoa boy, he's got the gap down to 3 seconds, now 2.8. Will Hooter's tyres make it? Looking on with Hooter. Being very gentle. Alcatraz into the wall at turn 3.
Poor Alcatraz, he's had a rough day today.
But if he does finish, he'll finish with points, so
Yeah.
there's always positives. Gap now down to 2 seconds. It doesn't appear as if the tyres are going to puncture through the final corner. So Hooter Magic will win here in Bahrain. Yep, I didn't think there was any... Dermy, what on earth?
Dermy's just on straight away.
And with very lazy towel, a fantastic P3. Has to be the driver of the day, surely. After Renault screwed him over again, and he gets P3.
Well, Soldier really just made a good race as well. He started in 11th and finished 4th. So,
yeah, and having the disadvantage of the safety car come out.
That really hurt him.
Yeah.
Like he almost caught up to Tao then, just on the mediums because he was so quick at the end.
That was superb, absolutely superb from those two drivers. Lazy Tail, a superb recovery after being screwed over by Renault, and Salted a great return back to DRS.
What is Alcatraz doing? Alcatraz is spinning down the main straight. He's angry with himself.
Oh, he just wants to do donuts. He wants to show off in front of everyone. And across the line sideways, because why the hell not? One more lap would have been awesome to watch. I think
would have made it interesting. Yeah.
It would have made it very interesting, particularly for the lead, and maybe even P3 if Salted could have found the time to catch up to Tao to get within that 3-second margin.
He was closing in fast. So yeah, one more lap might have given him a chance.
Oh wow. A very good race from Bahrain as always. Some good strategy towards the end as well. That shook up the race. And a rare safety car. Where did that come from? It's one of the rarest things in the world. It's so rare that it's a natural wonder of the gaming world.
It surely is.
So, Hooter Magic will take victory here in Bahrain. Wog Boy, after, for whatever reason, deciding to switch on to the softs towards the end of the race, he will finish in P2. Very lazy tail, a superb P3, and my driver of the day. But followed closely in behind by Salted, starting 11th. He will finish P4. Breno P5, Corrupted P6, Ruri a questionable P7, Snowgrass P8, Safety Car P9, Semi-Pro P10, False Equation P11, Dermy P12, Alcatraz P13, and Papa G and Aussie Rizzy Rick, the Haas drivers. Well, Rizzy Rick isn't supposed to be, he's supposed to be in the Alpha, but he's drunk right now, so, yeah. Him and the Haas, yeah, it makes a bit more sense. Ah, but what a superb race. Sideshow, thank you so much for joining me again for round 3 at Bahrain.
No problem, mate. It's been a pleasure. Good race again.
Oh,
very good race to watch.
It was fantastic to watch. But that won't end it here at DRS. Tomorrow night is round 3 of the Blue Championship here at Bahrain. You'll see me and Sideshow racing along with, I think it's a field of 16 drivers potentially for that event, so it should be a good one to watch. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. I've been the Sneg, and I bid you all a very good night.